yesterday, a violation of the Constitution that is too egregious to ignore. To then provide in the same agreement that it would be subjected to public participation after the fact is not only disrespectful to the people of Nairobi, but the clearest indication that it is anything but what we are being told it is. What's worse, the agreement is meant to take effect within 14 days, and one wonders whether any meaningful public participation can be had in such a short period. The agreement in clause 6.2, in fact, states anticipates the outcome of limiting it to amendments and forgetting that the people in their righteous might have the option of rejecting the whole agreement in total during that public participation. Secondly, the steering committee established to oversee the agreement is very national government heavy. Of the 12 members of the committee, a whopping 2/3 are appointees of the national government. From its structure, the governor will play subservient to the prime cabinet secretary, making Sakaja effectively the new deputy governor of the county of Nairobi. This, to me, is not cooperation, but a takeover. Thirdly, just last week, the governor of Nairobi, City County, Johnson Sakaja, in his address to the County Assembly of Nairobi, derided what he termed the NMS experiment that left us with a Kenya shillings 16 billion hole in pending bills and vowing to never engage in similar misadventure. I wish to remind Governor Sakaja that the Senate in fact directed that those NMS pending bills were the responsibility of State House, from where he was speaking yesterday, since the accounting officer for NMS was the comptroller. He should have used the opportunity yesterday to remind the President that thousands of contractors and workers are still owed money by State House and their livelihoods remain in peril as Ruto continues to ignore them. This agreement is a blatant continuation of the NMS model and with it, the culture of unpaid bills, weak audit systems, and unbridled corruption. Fourthly, it is in the public knowledge that the national government owes Nairobians over 100 billion shillings in unpaid rates and other payables from national government institutions. Ruto throwing around the figure of 80 billion as a symbol of his generosity to the people of Nairobi is nothing but a ruse. Fifthly, the national government continues to hold on to functions that are solidly county functions under the 4th schedule of the Constitution. For instance, the Constitution recognizes only 2 levels of roads, and that is national trunk roads and county roads. Kenyans must note that national government agencies like Kura and CARE continue to insist on doing roads in Nairobi when they clearly need to hand over those roads and the attendant resources to the county government of Nairobi. In fact, the late Baba Raila Amolo Odinga repeatedly called for the disbandment of these 2 agencies, going so far as including the full unbundling of the functions in the MOU he signed with President Ruto in March of 2025. Ruto continues to not only ignore that MOU, but to actively violate it as demonstrated by the so-called cooperation agreement. In addition, there exist constitutional and legal ways to channel funds to specific counties in recognition of their unique needs and status. These include additional allocations and conditional grants. Examples of these grants include grants to counties to construct headquarters and industrial parks. By the way, you should know Nairobi doesn't receive any of those funds, but other counties receive. If indeed we needed national government to build a world-class market at Gikomba, we can channel resources to the county government of Nairobi to build that world-class market through similar instruments. Lastly, it is my considered view that arrangements such as NMS and the proposed cooperation agreement unnecessarily obfuscate and complicate oversight and accountability processes by the assemblies, the Senate, and the Office of the Auditor General. The President at every turn dismisses concerns raised by both the people and their representatives as noise. He asks those with alternative ideas to give those ideas. Mr. President, I have said before that it is possible to govern and achieve development within the confines of the law, and I want to demonstrate this today. Here is what I would have done. Number 1, direct that all national government agencies that owe monies to the people of Nairobi immediately clear their obligations, which are in excess of Kenya shillings 100 billion, and let the County Assembly of Nairobi ring-fence those monies towards development projects, including roads, markets, drainage, garbage collection, and the payment of pending bills. By the way, Nairobi still holds the highest amount of pending bills, over 100 billion shillings, so that if we were paid the 100 billion shillings that the national government owes us, we can clear those pending bills. Number 2, immediately transfer all county functions to counties in accordance with the Constitution and the MOU that you signed with Raila Odinga. Dissolve Kura and Kera as per his advice and channel all their budgets to the Nairobi County government to do our roads. Number 3, utilize existing legal instruments such as CARA and conditional grants to channel additional funds to Nairobi for streetlights and markets, noting the unique security needs of the capital county. 4. Direct Treasury to honor the disbursement schedule passed by the Senate that legally requires them to transmit county shareable revenue by 15th of every month. You have heard us in the Senate complain of frequent delays, and the Council of Governors as well, frequent delays in disbursement of the shareable revenue, which is part of the problems, the causes of the problems in the counties. And you have heard that a state institution such as State House has already expended its entire budget 4 to 3 months before the end of the financial year. Yet, county governments are behind 3 to 4 months in terms of receipt of their allocation. So you see, Mr. President, it is possible to remain faithful to your oath of office. We want development, but only if undertaken in strict accordance with the Constitution. This is, in fact, is the very foundation of leadership. I want to take this opportunity to urge both parties, my Governor Sakaja and the President, to shelve this agreement in the public interest and maintain fidelity to the Constitution through those ways that I have suggested to them. I thank you. This is my statement. I will take questions.